My name's Erin Wade. I own and operate actually a small company that comprises or includes six independent restaurants. The thing that's been really difficult through this is how little people understand the restaurant business. Both customers, which it's not their responsibility to understand it. There's both Democrat and Republican to have such little clue about how the economics and just the finances of restaurants work. That's been pretty tough. When you have an industry like ours, a business like ours that's based on very tight margins, when you have any change in volume, any change in sales, you can start to lose money. So when you have a complete wipeout of your sales, you lose money. You lose lots of money. There's no way really for restaurants that have big expensive staffs, big expensive dining rooms, lots of dishware, all of these costs that are just sitting there. So I think it's important that people understand how the magnitude of this disruption. We're not just down 25%, we're down 75% most places. But the thing that's really putting them out is really high rents, and also things like delivery apps. Things that were difficult when we were in normal operations have become backbreaking and impossible during COVID. I got my painful lesson in delivery apps when I opened my Austin restaurant. And a local one called Favor was big and still is. Uber Eats. Austin is a very young town, very tech savvy, and they're obsessed with these apps. Right out of the gates, I was worried because the issue of their predatory prices was symptomatic of and secondary to the fact that they co-opt a customer connection. That is what our value is as a small business. Small businesses are so important to democracy because we can, in this country, with a little bit of money and a lot of effort, you can open up your doors and have customers. I don't think people understand how much that's at risk for a variety of reasons, and how dangerous it is for small restaurants to basically give away their direct customer connection to an app that then can mine data about what you're selling, know more about your customer than you ever will, and basically encourage that customer to be an app customer instead of that restaurant's customer. And the fact that they charge such high pricing to me was just evidence of how much they knew what they really were, which was a digital network, not a service provider. Restaurants have tons of service providers. We work with so many vendors. We work with so many different small businesses that support us. And this was clearly something in a class all of its own, clearly something different. So I was worried about it right away, and we never signed up. But that doesn't mean that it didn't hurt my business, because even though we weren't originally signed up, those companies just take your menu and take so we weren't paying them, but our customers were still, because our customers loved us, but our customers also loved their phones and loved that convenience. The delivery apps can just take your menu and put it on their website and accept orders from customers anyways. So that's problematic for a bunch of reasons, because we're not actively managing it. Mistakes get made all of the time. Also, to finally and fully not accept third-party delivery orders is almost impossible. I have been, railing against these guys for months. I have it on my website why they suck, and I just saw a fetch driver leave Vinaigrette, which is right behind Modern General, for the second time this week. They sneak in and place orders. So every restaurant has suffered from the way these companies are changing the industry. in terms of the worst thing that's ever happened to me, the worst order experience, right before, when we were still accepting third-party deliveries, but not obviously being charged for them, as I explained. We got, things like this would happen all the time. I could have my managers come in here and talk literally nonstop about these guys. But one that I experienced directly, because I was managing my Albuquerque vinaigrette in the winter before COVID hit, and things like this. A salad that was a special that was not updated on the Grubhub menu. A customer saw on our menu or knew about on our website, tried to sort of reverse engineer the portal and order a garden salad with all of these subs. In the end, we realized what she wanted to order, and we placed the order through. It was what I am with pork tenderloin. So it's a salad that's way more expensive than what Grubhub had been charged. So when the driver comes in with the prepaid card and tried to pay for the salad, it didn't work. And then they just canceled the order. As far as I know, no one contacted the customer. She didn't get her food. She was a local news anchor and a real regular and a sweetheart, but she called us furious because she just had no idea. And of course, for whatever reason, the restaurant tends to get blamed for this, because no one ever thinks that the app can be at fault. The app's this perfectly slick thing that lives on my phone. It can't possibly be at fault, right? So things like this happen all the time. Not to mention the fact that the delivery drivers are not part of our company. They're not part of any company. They're, that's the only way that these companies can make any money, is by not having to pay any wages or any benefits or anything. So you never know what you're going to get.